Yo, 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 what's happening, people? What's good, gang? What is going on? How are we, man? Wing Command, I'm all good, bro. I'm all good. Yeah, Santa Claus, man. Courtesy of Mike Dutch. My guy's too festive for me. How we doing, everyone? What's happening? Sack Trade, System Hack, what's going on, bro? How you doing, my man? Driver's Room, Sack Trades. Yo, what's happening, everyone? Good to be here. Firstly, I want to apologize for today, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't able to do the live stream earlier on, which is why I done that video instead, just to give you a quick heads up on what to expect from the New York session. But more importantly, we are here right now. Yeah, man, my voice sounds rough, so I'm going to keep this stream short and sweet because I've got the masterclass tomorrow and I want to make sure my A game is there. All right, so for anyone that's new to the channel and to all my pattern watchers, welcome to Traders Reality. My name is Tino. Let the hunt begin. Let's roll out, people. Take your time. Take your time. My days. I'm exhausting this computer, man. I think I need to get myself an upgrade. All right then, so ladies and gentlemen, what do we know? It's probably been the most boring day for cryptocurrency. Everyone is all caught up with the idea Bitcoin going down to 30s. Now, all of a sudden, we see two big candlesticks. Now everyone's thinking about Bitcoin turning parabolic, and and now the predictions exactly as predicted is going to go to 100k, 500k. Oh my days. What are they telling people, man? What are they telling people? My God. Unbelievable, man. It is crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, I will say it once more time. Once more time, you know, this guy's lyrics are just flat as a pipe. Anyway, I'll say it one more time to you, all right? There are two things we need to take into consideration when we're looking at price. All we need to care about is the intention, but more importantly, the momentum behind the intention. You know? That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin. Mr. Smith, look at coin market cap. I will look at coin market cap, no worries. I'll look at that. So yeah. No one has an idea, which is why I asked the question earlier on in the community post, which do you guys prefer, day trading or swing trading? You see, this is the misconception. Once you see a pattern on swing trading, you are inclined to believe that that's going to be the pattern that sends it to the wildest place in the chart. All right? Swing traders have a different perspective on price as opposed to what day traders have, because the difference is timing and exposure. Now, as a day trader, you do have the option to put down quite a bit of money, but at the same time, as a swing trader, you can also put down quite a bit of money, but you can scale into your positions. It's up to you. Quite frankly, day trading suits my personality. It suits my nature. I'm impulsive. I'm fast in, fast out, done, finished. I want to be in the trade. I want to get out of the trade and get ready to set up for another entry. Right now, Bitcoin is formulating what we understand to be this W formation. All right? Now, earlier on, we were considering the likelihood that if Bitcoin is going to try and make an attempt to the downside, because right now, we've had two significant hits to the downside. So it's like the market maker now may be setting up the impression that he's getting ready to go long. Okay? Check this out. We had Bitcoin hit this high up here. We had Bitcoin hit here. And then we had this zone right here. And then, of course, this final zone before they initiated the drop to the downside, which came back down towards the red vector. Sorry, the previous wick right here. Happy days. All right? So what are we seeing more of that is impressionable in the chart? We see the first hit to the downside right here. Then we see this midpoint hit to the downside. And then we saw last night, yesterday's session, with price coming all the way down here. What I'm trying to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, is this. All right? When you start seeing Bitcoin or any asset hitting a particular zone with aggression, but it doesn't go down lower or higher, it means that they're setting up for something. Now, if we just take the idea of the number 3, because the market maker likes to move in threes, all right? What if this is the first hit? This is the second hit. Because they came lower than this hit right here. So this is more of an impressionable hit to the downside. What if this small pattern right here is designed by principle to come back down towards the come back up towards the 200 EMA? It was now back in the psychological range. If it hits the 200 EMA, comes back down, starts trailing to the side, and then goes back down and attacks the range one more time, which would then by principle recover the remaining vector candle in the zone, all right? And then price should by principle initiate a V-shaped pattern. My days, this computer, I'm going to throw it out in the bin. I promise you, I promise, I'm going to throw this computer out. And price is going to come back up here. Man, this computer is killing my flow, man. Oh, my days. What is going on here? I need to kill that. Why are people telling me to go to CoinMarketCap? What am I seeing on CoinMarketCap? Oh. Is that why you want me to go to CoinMarketCap? Nah, man. Nah, man, that has to be an error. That has to be a silly error. That has to be an error. That has to be an error, man. Look at these prices, man. How much is Bitcoin? 853 trillion, 163 billion, million. Jesus. And Ethereum is still less than Bitcoin. XRP is still less than Bitcoin. Wow. Yeah, that must be a false thing. I think we should all screenshot this bad boy, ladies and gentlemen. And we should save it. And talk about the days when Bitcoin was $853 million a share, a coin. You know, this would be a legitimate fake pump. You know? Same, showing Bitcoin at 346 million. Unbelievable. That'll be pretty interesting, wouldn't it, ladies and gentlemen? You know? It has to be a glitch. There's obviously something going off. All right? There has to be something going off. Unless you are of the belief that you actually hold this amount of Bitcoin, well, your dream might actually be short-lived. You know, I'll tell you if it's a joke. Okay? Let me just go to my little watch list that I've got here. Here we go. Let's have a look. Where is it? Where is this coin that I've been looking at? Where is it? Yeah, this ain't ever been 8,000. Ain't ever been 8,000. Nah, you know what? Sack that off. It's done. Let's pay attention to the real price action. Making me look at that, man. Nice try, by the way. $465. That's crazy. Do you think they factored in? All right, then, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just have a look at the bookmap for a split second. Okay? Now, the bookmap itself is showing us pretty interesting behavior for Bitcoin. All right? We can see that we have got a lot of liquidity and price is slowly rising up to the upside with the bookmap limit orders. Now, listen, my affiliation to bookmap is as follows. Okay? They give me access to every single tool that they have and education. And if I need any help, they provide it for me. Okay? You notice that I just guide you guys to just go to bookmap. There ain't no affiliate links from me. None whatsoever. Go to Google and search for bookmap if you want to use this software. All right? It serves its purpose. There are two versions, the free version and then the paid version. The paid version is like $19, and then you've got the massive version, which includes stocks and Forex futures, which you don't need, which is about $70 or $100 a month or something like that. Okay? But the reason we use the book map is to give us a visual representation of the liquidity that is coming into the order book. Now listen, the order book itself is made up of spoofs. All right, there are fake orders being put in here to encourage traders to believe that there are orders in that area and that they're likely to get their orders filled at these points. How do you determine a spoof? Well, there's one right there. It's a cancelled order. All right. And when you pay attention to the book map itself, after you've been looking at it for a little while, you will notice that the actual orders themselves, they change color from red to yellow. And those are orders being cancelled in the chart. So it's really important that you pay attention to that, because then you're going to understand if there is commitment from those orders in the chart itself. All right. Now, let's go back to price action. I think this is what's causing my thing to go slow, because I've been using this all day. There we go. All right, then. So now Bitcoin has come back up above the psychological low, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Straight up above the psychological low. Does it mean that it's time now to go long? No, not at all. Why? Because it's gone back into the same range it was building positions from at the start of the week. You cannot be trading when price is in the psychological ranges, because this is the spread. This is where they actually set out their intention for the rest of the week. All right? So be mindful of the psychological high and low. Your goal with the psychological highs and lows is if price comes up to that zone. So right now we can see Bitcoin is chilling at the psychological low. It would need to break above the psychological low, come away, retrace, test it, then continue and break up. But it would have the psychological high to do exactly the same thing at that point as well. So it's not over yet. There are no cigar moments yet. Regardless of what is being said across the board, there is the potential that price can actually come up, hit the 200, or at most recover towards the psychological high, which would recover this previous red vector candle right here, and then come back down and hit this green vector candle and make one more attempt towards the lows to take out what was left of the previous vector candle. I mean, the previous John Wick, as we like to call it. All right? Don't get too hyped up, ladies and gentlemen. Bring it onto the daily time frame to understand where we are across the whole situation with Bitcoin, where we at. Now, this does look like a piercing pattern. You know, in Steve Nissen's book, Japanese Candlesticks, he will refer to this as a piercing pattern, where price from the next day takes out majority of the previous day's loss, okay, or the previous day's gain. Now we are pretty much outside of any normal zones in Bitcoin, all right, because we are below the 200 EMA. But the problem that I've got is the 800 EMA. It's not too far away, all right. We've got to be mindful of that. It's clear and apparent that they're drifting price down lower, but notice that all the days that we have been pushing down, it's all been done within this wick, all right. So we just got to be careful with that, ladies and gentlemen. Price is still trading within this wick. This wick, or this candlestick, may be the candlestick where they are accumulating as many longs as possible. It could be that they could come all the way back down to this point and bounce away from this zone, because they hit price at the extreme zone and then pulled it straight back up. There's obviously liquidity in this area, so they may come back down towards it. But before they come back down towards it, what else could they do? They could actually move back up again. They could hit the price of this vector candle right here and then pull it back. You just have to sit tight and wait. If you're going to try and play the long game with Bitcoin, you want to go long, there is no reason for you to go long until the 1 hour time frame clearly establishes a trend above the 50 and above the 200 EMA. You want Bitcoin to get to this situation again right here, but when it pulls back towards the 200, you want it to bounce away from it. And then you look left and determine which pools of liquidity are they likely to take. Yeah? Marcelo, what's happening, bro? Is day trading based on speculation? I mean, it's like roulette. Explain it. Day trading is about finding high probability trades. Now, look, this is why I don't believe trading is gambling. All right? And, you know, each strategy that you use, like scalping, it's not based on just like roulette. Because look at what's been happening with Bitcoin. Okay? You've seen many a times in the previous streams how we were able to break down this move by Bitcoin. What were we of the understanding on? We understand that they build shorts above key notable areas. So we understand something. They don't go short at the lowest price. They go short from the highest price. Ask yourself the question, every time they move higher, why is it they're not breaking clear ground? Something's going off. They make a move to the upside, pull it back. Another move, pull it back. Another move, pull it back. Okay? This is what they have to do to get the best feels for the shorts. Go back in time again. What did they do over here? Hit it once, twice, 3 times, stop hunt rise, drop. Where else did they do it? They did it here again. 1, 2, then 3. These patterns don't appear out of nowhere. They're not magical. It's because it's the way they move price. They need to make you believe that if they are going to get their shorts filled at the highest point, they need to get you hyped up on the belief that Bitcoin's going to go to 100K from this point right here. I love that, man. I love it. Yo, where do you think Bitcoin's going to go, bro? Oh, what price are we at now, man? Oh, man, we're at 48,000. Yeah, 400K, bro. What do you mean? Yeah, 400K, man. Why? It's just Bitcoin, innit? Really, bro? Yeah, man. 400K. What, you don't think it's going to go to 400K? Chatting breeze, man. We ain't even above 50 and you're chatting about wild price actions. Nah, man. That's the difference between traders and the hopefuls. You know? People that just hope for the best. Well, we ain't in the game to hope for the best. We're in the game to understand how we can exploit it. Whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, or any of these altcoins that we've got. Ultimately, we need to try and understand the behavior. So if you come to a coin, study it. Dive into it. Have a look at how it behaves at certain zones. Does it copy Ethereum? Does it copy Bitcoin? Or does it go against the trade? Does it go against the general consensus? That's what's really important, guys. Reason I talk about Bitcoin is because initially when I started this stream, it was all about Ethereum. Why? Because Ethereum traded so much better than Bitcoin. And I still say it to this day, Ethereum is and always will be the better coin to trade. It just respects levels really well. Okay? The problem with Bitcoin is it's too choppy. It's like Euro USD, man. It's one of the biggest and the most heavily traded coins. All right? And Euro USD is one of the most heavily traded currency pairs. All right? And it's all over the place. Spiky behavior. But when Bitcoin moves, it moves. That's the thing about it. And the same with XRP. You know? So, what have we got here? Let me have a look at your comments right here. According to CoinMarketCap, I'm up 300. Yep, that's so we. Oh man, we've made cake today. Excuse me. We made cake today. Yeah, I know, man. I can see it. I can see the CoinMarketCap. There is clearly an error, ladies and gentlemen. It is so bright as day. There is clearly an error, and you don't want to get hyped on that. Oh my goodness, what happened there? Oh my days. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my days. He's just dropped his coffee. Wow. Wow. He's just dropped his coffee. That is awesome. That is brilliant. I just dropped my coffee, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for all of that. Okay, Tino, look at Coin. Yes, I've looked at CoinMarketCap. Go to the start of the stream. I've done it already. Tino, when you look for the psychological levels in the Asian session, is it the first swing high and the first swing low in the first hour? So not necessarily the first hour, all right? You're looking for the first high and the first low. And the way that is established is it's the moment either one is done first. So if first the low is established and then the high is established and it pulls away, then the first high and the first low is done. It may not take an hour. It may take 4 hours before they actually hit the first high and low, because they could open and then price could actually just trail sideways up and down. Then they'll make a high and then they will pull it back. And it's when they pull back, then that's when you've established the psychological ranges, my friend. Okay? All right. It's a sign, Tino. It's a sign. Coffee drops before price. Apparently, it's good luck. If coffee spills, it's good luck. So that may be a good luck sign. You know? Everyone's all hyped up about coin market cap. Everyone... Nah, man. Anyway, let's have a look at what else is going on right here. Come on. Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum seems to be doing very well, all right? It's trying its best to get above the 50 EMA, but you can see how we've got 1, 2, 3 hits to the low, shift out of the zone. Coming up to try and recover this previous red vector zone. Ideally, I would want Ethereum to get back up towards its psychological range, because Bitcoin hasn't had a problem doing that, so Ethereum shouldn't have a problem either, okay? Looking at the altcoin bosses itself. Got any winners? Okay, so the top winner today is Tezos. So look at that. Oh my days, look at that. Beautiful move. It's doing really well. Okay, so 50 EMA, 200 EMA, back in with the psychological range. Okay, so look at this, guys. When you find a coin that's coming away from its psychological range, pay attention to it. So keep an eye out on Tezos, guys, because it's coming out of its range. So it's doing what other coins ain't doing. If Ethereum and Bitcoin can't come away from the psychological ranges, but Tezos can, it means that when Bitcoin and Ethereum do break away from those ranges, Tezos is going to be making some serious gains, because obviously there's backing with this and they want to try and move it away from the range. All right. Luna. Same story with Luna. She's still in with the psychological ranges. They've all come away from their daily open, so that's really good news. And what's positive as well with Ethereum, might I add, is the fact that Ethereum has done well to come away from its daily open just before the end of today's session. All right, because all day today, they've been whipping and whacking price in such a way, man. You know, they've been hitting price so hard right now, and it's been unbelievable. Okay, then, what have we got here? Watch Doge, massive stop hunt today. Made Coke on the cake. Coke. Oops. Crow's done good. Okay. Still nowhere near its psychological range. Guys, as a rule of thumb, the idea of the psychological ranges, all right, is when price pulls away from it, it usually stays clear from that range until the rest of the week. But if it tries to come back up towards it, if it does come back up towards the psychological ranges, and it doesn't follow through, there's a good chance that it's going to reject that zone and come back down lower. So be mindful of the psychological range. Remember, these two ranges will print across the whole chart for the rest of the week. All right? So just be mindful. Any coins that are trading above it are likely to continue when everything starts to turn. But any coins that are coming up towards the psychological low and struggling, be mindful, they may start breaking down from that range. All right. Wonderful, wonderful. No. Cake is above the 50 EMA at the time of your last video. Awesome. Luna will be listed on Kraken on December the 16th. So Luna will get listed on Kraken on December the 16th. So this is really important. Well, are they preparing price for it? All right. So once Luna gets listed on December the 16th, are we likely to see the recovery of these zones? Because before even knowing that about Luna, okay, I'm expecting them to come back to this point anyway. Right? See, that's what I'm saying to you. Whether news comes out or not, ultimately, you need to focus on the candlesticks, because the candlesticks tell you at some point they're going to want to come back to this range. And then all of a sudden you see price making its way towards this area. And then all of a sudden it starts to break into that range. You then find out Luna gets listed on Kraken. So was this a premeditated move? Did they know Luna was going to get listed on Kraken and they wanted to build their longs at lower prices because of the speculation of Luna getting listed on Kraken, more opportunities to buy the coin and trade it? It's now going to send price higher. They've now got the liquidity. They've legitimized the liquidity to fill their longs at the highest possible point so that they can make a return on them, because they've been building their longs on the way down. Any coins that are holding at around the 800 EMA, pay attention to them. All right? Back to Bitcoin. Something I want to talk about as well. There you go. You got a pullback, sharp pullback. Look at that. See, these are the things that make you question as to whether or not these moves are valid or not. They've done well to hold above the daily open. Now they're trying to work the psychological low. So we need to be very careful with this. Do not just go blind and just start trading just because of a pattern that you can see in the chart. It's a small W formation. We might see a move away from the zone, then it might begin to falter and drop down lower. The bigger the pattern, the better confirmation you're going to have. Now, could this be the start of a bigger pattern? This big W play right here. What if this is the first leg and we're now working our way towards a second leg? We won't know until they actually come out of the range. And ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin has been stuck in this range. We've got the FOMC tomorrow, guys. All right? There's big news announcements for USD. Is that going to affect Bitcoin? Is it going to affect gold? Frankly, ladies and gentlemen, my advice to you for traders out there, day traders, do not consider even coming to the charts until the FOMC releases its statement. Because the markets are going to reflect that. They're going to be stalling. Price ain't going to be going anywhere. I mean, just look at dollar yen itself. Look at this behavior right here. This is standard FOMC movement, man. Doing nothing. They're getting ready for something. Look at the whipping and whacking of price. What are they doing? Building longs or building shorts? Where are they at? You got the key 113,500 zone. Are they building the longs or the shorts above or below that key zone? Here we go tomorrow. We've got mortgage reference. Then we've also got retail sales. What else have we got? There's just big information tomorrow, man. Big information. It's crazy. You just got to be careful. Is it? No, it's on the 16th, isn't it? Initial jobless claims, building permits. There's a lot of news coming out this week, ladies and gentlemen. So just please, please, please be mindful. All right? It's hard enough, okay, that during this week, people have lost a ton of money because of Bitcoin's drop. All right? With this FOMC, it's another opportunity for them to just attack people's trades. All right? And the swing traders as well. Quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be careful with swing trading because your tolerance to risk has to be very, very high. You've got to be able to sit through drawdowns, man. Okay? Because the patterns that you're waiting for, you're spending time waiting for the pattern to evolve. And then when you place the trade, there's no guarantee that the pattern's going to play out. At what point do you say, right, I'm going to get out of this trade? There are some Forex traders that I know that are looking for like 400-500 pip moves. And they're risking like 200-300 pips. That's like crazy drawdowns, man. Crazy. And they sit and they hold it. But don't get into the habit of holding on to losing trades. Just because you're a swing trader, don't get good at being the trader that holds on to losing trades and does a good job of holding losing trades. All right? Because then what you start doing is when you hold on to a losing trade and then it becomes a profit, you're going to go into the mindset and the next trade and say, even if I do see a drawdown, all I need to do is just hold this trade because it's going to go back in my favor anyway. Well, you can't afford to be irrational. The market maker can. He can afford to be long and wrong at the same time. All right? So don't play that game. Do not play that game. Yeah? You guys, listen, you guys are right now, you guys are experiencing true trading price action, news plays, holding price, building positions. All right? When I hear about people talking about Bitcoin in 2017 and comparing its behavior to now, what was Bitcoin in 2017? It was nothing, man. There wasn't no big players in Bitcoin compared to now. People are making the mistake of thinking they were in 2017 and what's going to happen then is going to happen now. You know what? If it does, happy days. But having that sort of mentality when you come to the chart, every time you see a pattern and you look back and say, is it going to be the same thing as what it was then? No, it can't be, man. There was different adoption phases back then. People were trying to get into the trading Bitcoin. Now, okay, if you were to jump forward 5 years from now and look back at patterns that you saw today, it would be better, much more of a valid claim because in 5 years' time, the adoption of Bitcoin and those trading it is just going to be more. But back in 2017, there wasn't that much. You know? People talk about these cycles with Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin's only gone up. That's all it's done. There's not been no mad drop in price. Now, I'm just saying it from my perspective of Forex. I've seen killer cycles, man. Killer market crashes. 2007, 2008 subprime mortgage crisis. One of the biggest drops. Well, it wasn't as big as what they made it out to be, but it was the big reset. Why? US had like 284-month economic expansion. All right? They needed to reset it. That was a big thing. I don't know if any of you remember that. When oil flew up to like $200 a barrel. Crazy. You know? That's a market crash, man. That was a big drop, man. Equities just got hammered. All right? And now they're talking about Bitcoin dropping from 60K down to 47 and it's a market crash. Please, bro. Come on, man. You have to sit through big cycles to understand the difference between the two, you know? But what do I know? Who am I? I'm no one. That's what it is. You know? That's what it is. You can't make the same mistake and think that people how Bitcoin was trading back in the day is going to be exactly the same today because we got different money coming in. All right? It's different money. Let's just show this, which I don't really see anyone talking about. Let's just look at this for a second. This is the market cap. I hope I can get the same data. All right then. So, 2017. People talking about cycles, bro. People are talking breeze about cycles in this area. Like, what does it mean about you being in Bitcoin or however from Bitcoin from 2015, 2003, whatever? There's nothing happening, bro. And this is what I'm trying to say to you guys. How can you justify what's happening now based on what was happening in 2017? Doesn't matter. Small market cap, man. What, 25 billion? What's that? You know? Now, different story. Yeah? We've got a reason to make a claim and say, okay, back in 2021, patterns that were happening there, are we likely to see them happening now? That would be a valid claim. Why? Because the market cap was at nearly $1 trillion. Fair and square. There was money to back it. So just be mindful of that, ladies and gentlemen. Be mindful of that. Here you go. S&P 500. Let me break it down to you. 2007, 2008 crash. Where is it? Here we go. Look at this. Right there, 2007. September 2007, they declared that there was a problem with the markets and the subprime mortgage crisis in the US. There was a problem with the mortgages, okay? Then look what happens. Completely knackers the zone and drops. All right? Non-stop drop. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nearly a year and a half worth of drops. How depressing was that? All right? They reset all of what had happened since 1998, 96. And they came all the way back down to that same range. That's a beastie drop, ladies and gentlemen. Not Bitcoin's little fart in the charts, man. Come on. I mean, come on. Let's get real now. Yeah? Bitcoin. Looks like it's just been listed on PancakeSwap. And it's just had a little bit of a pump. You know? I just get frustrated with it, man. I get really frustrated with it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that has served purpose tonight. All right? Just keep in mind, the takeaway for tonight is this. All right? Don't be bold and just go into a trade just because it looks good for you to get in and you feel as though you're going to be missing out on an opportunity to go long. Don't make that mistake. All right? Because this is what the market makers want you to believe. We've been trailing down to the downside all day today. We haven't done anything, and then we've spiked out of the range. Fast move, false move? What do you need to see to verify a move to the upside? Price, in my opinion, has to go above the 200 EMA with clean conviction. All right? So I need to see a clean break, a retrace, and then a solid continuation to the upside. That's what I want to see. If it can't do that, and it struggles around the 200 EMA, I'm only looking for shorts. All right? So be mindful. We've got one big hit, 2 big hits, forming a little pattern, trap some more traders, because remember, people have just experienced a big loss. They need to bring more liquidity back into the charts. So they need to reinstate the hype and the optimism in traders to commit to the charts again. Mark my words, if Bitcoin keeps on rising up from this point right here, you're going to start seeing parabolic. You're going to start seeing to the moon. You're going to start seeing 500k, 400k, 100k in 20 minutes. You're going to start seeing crazy hype. And if anyone is savvy enough to do this, reach out to me and tell me what you find. Go back and take every single point in Bitcoin where it makes a high, all right? And search for the sources and the information that has been presented at that point in time. That includes news articles, thumbnails, any keywords that were put out across the board. Go and find it. And look at what is being said at that point in time. And you're going to understand that the market maker needs to make people get into a state of euphoria, engage in the concept of greed, because that's when they can get them committed to their trades and hold on to losing trades. Why? Because from the euphoric state and the greedy mindset, they're going to put them into the game of denial, and they're going to hold on to their trades with the belief that it's going to go back up, and they're just going to keep pushing price down and taking back all the money from their longs that they're building from below price, and then shift it out, build their shorts, and then build more longs, and repeat the same process over and over and over again. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, mad love and respect to all of you for passing through to tonight. Okay, I want to thank you all. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I think we're really close to hitting 60,000 subscribers. That is crazy. But this is your community, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is your community. You guys made it happen, not me. Okay, so mad love and respect to all of you. If you are new to the channel, guys, make sure you download the indicators that we talk about right here. They are free of charge to download. The website has a breakdown of how to get everything that you need. Download the indicators on TradingView, and there is playlists on there that will tell you how to use each of the patterns, the moving averages, the TDIs, and the volumes and what have you. All right? So, mad love to all of you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves. Peace.